Hello friends, again welcome to my channel. Now today we are discussing about the one of the important term related with the immunology, that is the basic types of the immunities. In this we are discussing about what is meant by this immunity and what are its basic types, and specifically that means the innate and the acquired immunity. And in this lecture means it is the part first of this immunity lecture. In this we are focusing on the innate immunity. Before going to the types of the immunity, firstly we are describing about what is meant by this immunity. So this immunity, it is derived from the Latin word, that is the immunitas. The meaning of this, it is the freedom from the disease. Means here we can say that this term immunity, it is related with to fight with the diseases. We know that our body, it is suffered from the different types of the infection. It is the some power, it is present within our body which protects us from this type of the diseases, or which cures our body from these diseases. It is the immunity. Means in the simply we can define this term immunity as, it can be defined as the resistance which is offered by the host body against the microorganism or the any foreign substances. Means whenever any foreign substances these are enter within our body, these are excluded from our body, or these are removed from our body by our immune system, and it is the power of immunity. Means immunity, it is the resistance power which protect our body from the different types of the infectious agent. Now there is the broad categorization of the immunity into the two types, that is the innate immunity which is present right from our birth, and the second one, it is the acquired or the adaptive immunity which acquired by our body during the course of life. So these are the basic two types of the immunity. Now the innate immunity, it is considered to be, it is a rapid responses to a broad range of microbes. Means in this figure you can observe about what are the specificities related with the innate and the acquired immunity. Whenever we are compare these with each other, the innate immunity, it is rapid, and the acquired immunity, it is slower. The innate immunity, it is having the broad range of microbes, means it is against the broad range of microorganism, and the acquired immunity, it is against the specific type of the microbes. Within the innate immunity, there are the two different types of the defenses these are present, that is the external defenses. These external defenses, these are responsible for defending or resisting the entry of the infectious agent within our body. These are considered to be the external defenses, which includes the skin, different mucous membranes present within our body, and the different body secretions. The internal defenses, these are including the phagocytic cells which are present within our body, then the antimicrobial proteins, then the inflammatory responses, and the natural killer cells. All of these internal defenses, these are responsible for resisting the growth of microorganisms which are entered within our body. Now whenever we are focusing on the acquired immunity, this acquired immunity, it is specifically related with the humoral immune response or the antibody dependent immune response. Means antibody, these are the specifically the globular proteins which are fight against the microbes, and these are called as the humoral immune responses. And as we are, means after our birth, such type of the immune responses, these are get developed within our body as the microorganisms, these are, means the different microorganisms, these are introduced to our body. So by this way we are getting the resistance against that type of the microorganism in the form of these antibodies and the different types of the immune cells through the cell mediated immune responses, that is the cytotoxic lymphocytic cells, then the T helper cells. These are the two types of the acquired immune responses. Now here we can observe the innate immunity. Within the innate immunity, the microbes, whenever these microbes, these are tried to enter within our body, So on our skin, the epithelial surfaces which are present, these are responsible for resisting their entry. It is an external defenses which is the part of our innate immunity. If these are get enter within our body, then the complements, then the natural killer cells, phagocytic cells which are present, these are responsible for killing these microorganisms which are enter within our body. So it is a working of the innate immunity, and it is rapid one, means within 0 to 12 hours such type of the responses these are observed. Now within the adaptive immune response, whenever the microorganisms these are enter within our body, then there is the activation of this acquired immunity, means the B lymphocytic cells which are responsible for generating the antibodies, these are get activated. Then these are, after the activation, they are responsible for synthesizing the antibodies, and then these antibodies these are responsible for destructing the microorganisms or the infectious agent. In the same way, the T lymphocytic cells, these are firstly due to the presence of microorganisms or their antigens, these are get activated, and after that they are responsible for reacting with this infectious agent, but these are requiring the time in the days, and the innate immunity it is working within the hours. So the innate immunity it is rapid one. Now we are switch over to the what are the basic differences within the innate and the acquired immunity. The innate immunity it is the resistance to the infection that an individual possesses since birth, means from our birth the immune system that we are getting or the resistance power that our body has, it is considered to be the innate immunity. The acquired immunity or the adaptive immunity it is the resistance to the infection that an individual acquire during his lifetime, means after our birth the resistance power that we are acquired after any type of the infectious to any specific type of the microorganisms, it is called as the acquired or the adaptive immunity. Now the immune responses within the innate immunity, these are acquires or these are occurs within the minute, and within the acquired immunity these immune responses these are occur within the days, means it is an acquired immunity it is working within the at the slow rate and as compared to that of the innate immunity. The third difference it is, in case of the innate immunity the prior exposure to the antigen it is not required, means the direct interaction of the immune system with the antigen it is not required for the development of innate immunity. And within the acquired immunity, for the activation of these cells, that is the antibody producing cells or the T lymphocytic, they are requiring the interaction with the antigen. The fourth difference it is the diversity of innate immunity it is limited and it acts through a restricted set of reaction. A specific type of the reactions these are included within the innate immunity, and the acquired immunity it is more variable and it is having the specialized type of the responses, that is the cell mediated immune response, antibody mediated immune response. Within that again the cytotoxic cells these are present. The next one it is the within the innate immune response there is the absence of immunological memory, means once the immune system it fight with any type of the microorganism, it is not having any type of the memory about that type of the microorganism. In case of the acquired immunity there is the presence of such type of the immunological memory, means once our body it develops the resistance against the some specific type of the microorganisms, the memory cells these are remain within our body. If the second time the same cells these are again introduced to our body, then within a short time period these acquired immune response these are get developed, and such type of the system it is absent within the innate immunity. The in case of the innate immunity the respond to the microbial antigen that are not specific to the same microbe, rather shared by the many microbes, means it is not specific one, these responses these are not specific one, but in case of acquired immunity the response to the specific microbial antigen these are specific one, means within this the specificity it is absent, within the innate immunity the specificity it is absent. Again in case of the innate immunity the host cell receptors that is within our body, the cell receptor, these are present. These are the pattern recognition receptor. These are non-specific. These are non-specific. And in case of acquired immunity, the host cell receptors, these are specific. Means on the T cell receptor, B cell receptor, these are specific one. And to that there is the attachment of these antigens. That is antigens, these are nothing but a foreign substances that are entered within our body. Now we are observing the differences in between the innate immunity and acquired immunity in form of the different components of these two different types of the immunities. So firstly we are discussing about the components of innate immunity. Now these components of innate immunity, these are including the anatomical barrier, such as that is means the external defenses, the skin and the mucous membrane. Then the physiological barriers, that is our body temperature. Then the phagocytes, that is here the different cells which are activated against the microorganism. These are including the neutrophils, macrophages, monocyte and the natural killer cells. The other type of the lymphocyte is are included gamma delta T cells, natural killer T cells, and the marginal zone B cells and the mast cells, then the dendritic cells. Again there are the complement pathway. Complement, these are again the some specific type of the proteins which are present within our body, and these are also responsible for destructing these foreign particles which are entered within our body. Then the fever and inflammatory responses, normal resident flora, that is the normal microbial flora of our body. Then the cytokines, that is the tumor necrosis factor alpha. Then the interleukins, that is the interleukin 4, 6, 8, 12, 16, 18. Then the interferon alpha beta and the TGF beta. Then the acute phase reactant protein, that is the APR. All of these are considered to be the components of innate immunity. Means these are non-specifically resist the entry of any foreign particles. These are not specific one, and these are present within our body from our birth. So due to that, these are considered to be the components of innate immunity. Now we are switch over to the components of acquired immunity. These are including the T cells responsible for giving the cell mediated immune responses. Then the B cells which are responsible for giving the humoral immune response, that is the antibody mediated immune response. Then the classical complement pathway. Then the antigen presenting cells, that is the dendritic cells, which are responsible for representing the antigens towards the T cells and the B cells. Then the cytokines interleukin 2nd, 4th, 5th and the interferon gamma. All of these are the components of acquired immune response. Means these are showing the responses to the specific type of the microorganisms, and once these responses get developed, these are retaining the immunological memory. Now in detail we are discussing about what is meant by this innate immunity. Now this innate immunity, it is the inborn resistance, that is the resistance that we are obtained from our birth against the infection that an individual possesses right from the birth due to his genetic or the constitutional makeup. Means here we can say that it is one of the genetic power that we are getting. It is one of the genetic power that we are getting. It is an immune system that we are getting from our birth. Now the main features of this innate immunity, it includes it acts within the minute. It prior to the microbial exposure, it is not required. Diversity, it is limited. It is non-specific, and there is absence of the immunological memory. Now again there are the types of innate immunity. The first type of innate immunity, it is the species immunity. Now, the innate immunity towards a microbes exhibited by all members of a given species, it is called as the species immunity. Means this species immunity, it means all of the organisms from the same species, these all of the members of the same species which are showing the some specific type of the immunity against the microorganisms, it is considered to be the species immunity. मीन्स जर एका स्पेसीजमधले सगळे ऑर्गॅनिझम ज्या स्पेसिफिक टाईपच्या ऑर्गॅनिझमच्या अगेन्स्ट ते रेजिस्टन्स दाखवत असतील त्याला आपण काय म्हणणार, स्पेसीज इम्युनिटी. दॅट मीन्स द एक्झाम्पल इट इज द फ्रॉग्स, दीज आर रेजिस्टंट टू द बॅसिलस अँथ्रॅसिस, while the toads, these are susceptible. Means the all of the frogs, these are the members of the same species, so these are showing the resistance against the that specific type of the microbe, that is the bacillus anthracis. And the toads, which are the members of the same species, these are susceptible to that specific organism. It is the species immunity. Means here we are considering about the immune responses which are shown by the members of the same species. Now the second one, it is the racial immunity. Again we know that the specific, it is the major group of organisms which are having the similarities. Again within that species the different races, these are present. Means again there is the dividation within the species due to the some differences within their characteristics. Then these are grouped under the races. So the innate immunity which confined to a particular race, which is restricted to the particular race, it may be absent within the other communities from the same species, then it is considered to be the racial immunity. The Negroes of the America, these are more susceptible to the tuberculosis than the whites. We know that within the America there are the two communities of the human beings, that is the Negroes and the white persons. Majorly these Negroes, these are showing the susceptibility towards the tuberculosis as compared to that of the other persons, that is the whites. It is considered to be the racial immunity. Means it is the differences between the resistance power of the persons which are from the different races or which are from the different communities. Then the individual immunity. Now the individual means here we are considering about the single person. We know that from this within this COVID pandemic we are observing each person, it shows the responses to the COVID infection differently. म्हणजे प्रत्येक पर्सनमध्ये जे कोविडचे इन्फेक्शन झाले प्रत्येकजण काय करते, सेपरेटली रिस्पॉन्ड करते किंवा डिफरंटली रिस्पॉन्ड करते. काही जणांमध्ये ते जास्त प्रकारचं जास्त इन्फेक्ट होतात, काही यांच्यामध्ये सिम्पटम्स जास्त डेव्हलप होत नाही आहे. तर हे जे प्रत्येक इंडिव्हिज्युअलमधला जो डिफरन्सेस आहे त्याच्यामधले जी इम्युन सिस्टीममधला जो डिफरन्स आहे त्याला आपण काय म्हणणार, इंडिव्हिज्युअल इम्युनिटी. That is the antimicrobial defenses mechanism that are confined to a particular individual and it may not be exhibited by the others. म्हणजे आपण समजा एका स्पेसीसचे जरी असलोत, we are all human beings, but each person is respond differently to the each organism, then it is considered to be the individual immunity. One exception, it is the identical twins, because these identical twins, these are respond same against the same type of the microorganism. Okay, now we are switching over towards the factors which are influencing or affecting the innate immunity. The first factor which affect the innate immunity, it is the age. Now whenever we are observing the immune responses within the young children and the old persons, within that we observe that the older persons, these are more susceptible to the different types of the infection. Means along with the age there is the decrease within the immune system, or there is decrease within the resistance power which is present within our body. So the age, it is an important factor which affects the immune system. Means very old or the very young also. Means from our birth, means as we are growing there is the development of our immune system. means the age between the age 15 to the 30, the immune system it is having the highest power. Immune system it is having the highest power, the higher resistance system it is present. But if there is the age it is very low, or if the age it is very high, in both of these extreme conditions the immune system it is not properly working. The second factor it is the hormone. If the persons these are suffered from the any type of the endocrine disorders such as the diabetes mellitus or the hypothyroidism and the adrenal dysfunctions, these are showing the enhanced susceptibility to the infections. We know that different systems or the different body functions that are carried out within our body, these are regulated by the hormones, and due to these hormonal disorders majorly the immune system it is get affected. The third factor it is the nutrition. If we are getting the proper nutrition from our birth, then our immune system it is properly working. But if our body it is not getting the nutrition, due to the absence of nutrition the immune system cannot perform their proper functions. So the nutrition it is also essential for the development of the proper innate immune system. Then the mechanism of innate immunity. Now the within that first one it is the interaction of these microbes with the receptor, that is the receptor interaction. Whenever our immune system or our body it exposes towards the microorganism, the several mediators of the innate immunity these are recruited to the site of infection. Means once our body realizes the presence of the microorganisms, there is the activation of immune system, and majorly the different mediators of innate immunity, that is the cytokines, all of these are then the different immune cells, that is phagocytic cells, natural killer cells, these are rich at the site of infection. The first step that taken place it is the attachment, which involves the binding of the surface molecule of microorganisms, that is the infectious agent, to the receptor of the cells of the innate immunity. Now the second it is the microbial surface molecules. Which are the microbial surface molecules? These are react with the receptors that are present on the innate immune cells. The repeating patterns of conserved molecules which are common to the most microbial surfaces, these are called as the microbe associated molecular pattern. Microbe associated molecular patterns, that is the MAMPs. For example, the peptidoglycan layer which are present within the gram positive bacteria, the lipopolysaccharides present within the gram negative bacteria, then teichoic acid, lipoproteins present on the bacterial surfaces, all of these are acts as the microbial surface molecules which are interacting with the receptors of the cells of innate immune system. Now the mechanisms of innate immunity, within that the pattern recognition receptors, these are present including the molecules present on the surface of host cell, that is the phagocytes, then the toll-like receptor, then the TLR2 which binds to the bacterial peptidoglycan, TLR3 that is the toll-like receptor 3 binds to the double-stranded RNA of the viruses, then the TLR4 which binds to the lipopolysaccharide of gram negative bacteria, TLR5 which binds to the flagella of bacteria, TLR7 and 8 these are bind to the single-stranded RNA of the viruses, and the TLR9 which binds to the bacterial DNA. Means for the different components of the microorganism, the different receptors on these immune cells these are present. Now the different components of innate immunity: the anatomical and physiological barrier, antibacterial substances within the blood and the tissues, complement pathways, inflammatory responses, microbial antagonism, cytokines, and the acute phase reactant protein. Now the anatomical barrier including the skin, which are responsible for mechanically preventing the entry of the microorganisms. It is the major barrier which resist the entry of microorganisms within our body. That is the hairs, these are present on our skin. Then within that epidermal cells, again there are different types of the cells, these are present which are resist the entry of microorganism. It produces sebum containing the antimicrobial peptides and fatty acid. Then the killing of microbes by the intraepithelial lymphocytes. Again some specific type of the lymphocytic cells, these are present. Then the mucosal barrier, it includes the mucous membrane. It prevents the entry of microbes mechanically and by producing the mucus which responsible for entrapping the microorganisms. Then the cilia, this cilia it is present in the lower respiratory tract, propel the microbes outside, means they push the microorganisms outside the body. Then the normal flora, that is the normally presenting microorganisms which are not harmful our body, these are also responsible for resisting the entry of this infectious agent from the outside. That is within the intestinal and the respiratory mucosa, these are lined by the normal microflora. That is the human intestine, within the human intestine majorly there is the presence of the Escherichia coli, which is the normal flora of our body. Then the physiological barriers, that is the temperature of our body. The normal body temperature, it inhibits the growth of some microorganisms. Then the low pH, the gastric acidity, means within our gastric tract there is the acidic pH it is present, and this gastric acidity it inhibits the growth of most of the microorganism. Now the secretory products of the mucosa, that is the saliva. Within the saliva there is the presence of enzymes which are responsible for damaging the cell wall and the cell membranes of bacteria. Tears, it contains the lysozyme which destroys the peptidoglycan layer of bacterial cell wall. Then the gastric juice, within the gastric juice there is the presence of hydrochloric acid, it kills the microbes by the low pH. Then the trypsin, it hydrolyzes the bacterial protein. Bile salts, within the intestine, this bile salt it interferes with the bacterial cell membrane. Then the fatty acids denature the bacterial proteins. Then the spermine, it present in the semen, inhibits the growth of gram positive bacteria. Lactoferrin, it binds to the iron and thus interferes with the acquisition of iron by the bacteria. Now the phagocytosis. Now the phagocytosis, it is one of the innate immune system, and majorly this mechanism of phagocytosis it is shown by the phagocytic cells, means it is responsible for engulfment of the microbial cells. The specific type of the cells within our body, these are present, that is the phagocytic cells which can phagocytose or which can engulf the microbial cells, which can digest the microbial cells, these are called as the phagocytic cells, which includes the neutrophilic cells, macrophage cells, monocytes, and these are the components of innate immunity. These are rapidly recruited to the infection site, and it involves the three sequential steps. That is the first one, it is the engulfment of the microorganism and the subsequent hosting in the phagosome. Then the fusion of phagosome with the lysosome, that is formation of phagolysosome, and within that there is the killing of that engulfed microorganism. Now the cellular components of the innate immunity, it includes the natural killer cells, that is the NK cells. These are killing the virally infected cells, means to avoid the spreading of viral infection within our body. These cells, these are directly killing the virally infected cells. Then the mast cells, these are present, the lining the respiratory tract and the mucous membrane. These are activated by the microbial products binding to the toll-like receptor and responsible for releasing the cytoplasmic granules which are rich within the histamine, prostaglandin, and the cytokines that initiate the inflammatory immune response. Then the third one, it is the dendritic cells. It responds to the microbes by producing the numerous cytokines that initiate the inflammation. Then the different complement pathways, these are also the part of innate immunity. That is the alternate pathway. The alternate complement pathway, it is activated in response to the bacterial endotoxin. Means if within our body the bacterial product, that is the toxins produced by the bacteria, if these are entered within our body, then there is the activation of this alternate complement pathway. The second one is the mannose binding pathway. It is stimulated by the mannose carbohydrate residue on the bacterial surface. The main biological function of this complementary system, it is the lysis of the target microorganism, and they are responsible for forming the pores on the microbial surfaces. They stimulate the inflammation and also stimulate the acquired immunity. Then the inflammatory immune response. Within the inflammatory immune response means आपण कधीही ऑब्झर्व करू शकतो, जेव्हा आपल्याला एखादा डास किंवा काही चावला तर आपल्याला गूद येते, तर ते गूद येणं, ते जे फुगणं असतं त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, इन्फ्लेमेटरी इम्युन रिस्पॉन्स. आपल्याला कोणत्याही प्रकारचं जर काही झालं स्किनला तर काय होते, स्किन अशी ब्लूम होती, त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो, इन्फ्लेमेशन म्हणतो. ओके, इट इज कन्सिडर्ड टू बी द इन्फ्लेमेटरी रिस्पॉन्स. The vasodilation, the steps within that, it is the vasodilation, that is the leakage of plasma proteins through the blood vessel, recruitment of phagocytes and the neutrophilic cells to the site of inflammation, then the engulfment of microorganisms and the dead material by the phagocytes, and then there is the destruction of microorganism. The next one, it is the normal resistant flora, that is the microbial antagonism. That is the normal flora of our body. Normally the bacteria, these are also present within our body, which are not harmful to our body. It is called as the normal flora. These are compete with the pathogens for the nutrition, and some of these may be producing the antibacterial substances which are responsible for killing the infectious microorganism. Then the alteration within the bacterial flora, it leads to the invasion by the extraneous microorganism, followed by the oral antibiotics. Then the cytokines, in response to the microbial antigens, the dendritic cell, macrophage and the other cells, these are responsible for secreting the activated proteins that mediate many of the cellular reactions. These are the cytokines, majorly the tumor necrosis factor, interleukin 4, 6, 8, 10 and 16, then the interferon alpha and beta, and the transforming growth factor beta. All of these are the cytokines and responsible for developing the immune responses. Then the acute phase reactant protein, that is the APR. These proteins, these are synthesized by the liver at the steady concentration, but their synthesis either increase or decrease exponentially during the acute inflammatory conditions. Means whenever there is the entry of the pathogens within our body, at that time the synthesis of this acute phase reactant proteins, these are increases. Means their increased concentration, it indicates that there is the infection. This APR can also be synthesized by various other cells like the endothelial cells, fibroblast cells, monocytes and the adipocytes. These are having the various antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory activities. The positive APR, that is the proteins whose levels increased during the acute inflammation. It includes the serum amyloid A, C-reactive protein, complement proteins, that is the C1 and C9, then the coagulation protein, that is the fibrinogen, then the proteinase inhibitor, that is the A1 antitrypsin, A1 acid glycoprotein, mannose binding protein, heptoglobin, and the metal binding proteins, that is the ceruloplasmin. All of these These are indicating the possibilities of the infection. Negative APR, that is these proteins, these are their concentration, it is decreases during the infection. The proteins whose levels are decreased during the acute inflammatory responses, these are creating a negative feedback that stimulate the liver to produce the positive APR. Example are the albumin, transferrin and the antithrombin. Now we are discussing about the bridges between the innate and acquired immunity. Means how there is the communication, or how these innate immunity and acquired immunity, these are connected with each other. The macrophage cell and dendritic cells, these are responsible for both the innate and acquired immunity. So it is one of the bridge between the innate and acquired immunity, because these are belong to the innate immune system, but as these are also acts as an antigen presenting cells, so these are also the part of acquired immunity. Then the cytokines which are secreted from the macrophages, these are involved within the activation of the T cells, which is the part of acquired immunity. Then the antibody dependent cell mediated cytotoxicity, that is ADCC, the type which is the type of cell mediated immune response, it involves both innate and adaptive components. Then the components of classical pathway, these are also the component of both innate and adaptive immunity. These are destroying the target cells which are coated with the specific antibodies. Then the cytokines, these are secreted from the cells of innate immunity and can activate the cells of adaptive immunity. Then the rare classes of lymphocyte, that is the gamma delta T cells, natural killer T cells, B1 cells and the marginal zone B cells. All of these are having the many characteristics that place them in the border of innate and acquired immunity. They are function in the early defense against the microbes as the part of innate immunity, and also these are working within the adaptive immunity. Now we are switch over to the local immunity. Now the local or the mucosal immunity, it means these are the immune response that is active at the mucosal surfaces such as the intestinal tract or the respiratory tract or genitourinary mucosal surface. It is mediated by a type of IgA type of the antibodies, which is called as the secretory IgA. The local immunity can only be induced by the natural infection or by a live vaccination. Now we are describing about another term, that is the herd immunity. Now this herd immunity, it can be defined as the overall immunity of a community. Means here we are not considering about the single individual, but we are considering about the individuals within the community, the combined effect on the community. The herd immunity, it is defined as the overall immunity. It is the immunity of all community टुवर्ड्स अ स्पेसिफिक टाइप ऑफ द पॅथोजन. मीन्स आता या कोरोना पिरियडमध्ये जे हर्ड इम्युनिटी डेव्हलप होती आहे, मीन्स ऑल द पर्सन्स दीज आर वॅक्सिनेटेड और ॲज द मेनी पर्सन्स दीज आर इन्फेक्टेड फ्रॉम दिस and many persons they are developing the resistance against that, it is considered to be the herd immunity. The elements that contributes to create a strong herd immunity, these are including occurrence of clinical and subclinical cases in the herd, ongoing immunization program, the herd structure, that is the type of population involved, type of pathogen. Herd immunity may not be strong in a community against all the pathogens. The herd immunity develops following the effective vaccination against some diseases like the diphtheria and pertussis vaccine, measles, mumps and rubella vaccine, polio vaccine, smallpox vaccine and the corona vaccine. The adaptive immunity, it is a special type of cell mediated immune response which develops following the injection of immunologically competent T lymphocytic, that is known as the transfer factor, and majorly it is useful for the treatment of cell mediated When the cell mediated immunity it is low, that is the lepromatous leprosy. Within the lepromatous leprosy there is the decrease within the cell mediated immune response. Within that, such type of the immunities these are get utilized. So here it is the somewhat information about the innate immune response. So if you like this video, please subscribe my channel and also share this video with your friend.